We switched the Strummer to manual mode here, and it's similar to how the arpeggiator works when its steps are set to chords. But the Strummer goes further in that we can set each step to play a specific kind of strum or one of the 6 strings in the chords that we're holding or different inversions. Now, let's look at how this works. So we have the different steps, and we can set the length of the pattern here. I'll set, let's say, an 8-step pattern to start with. And like with the arpeggiator, we can just create steps by dragging, and we can click on them to mute them. We can change the length like that. And the height, of course, represents the velocity. Now here, we can click whether we want a downstroke or an upstroke or mid-stroke. And let me just hold a chord to show you what this looks like. I'll put it in play mode. So we can change all these parameters here. I can have them play individual strings if I want. So for the steps that are playing chords, I can now specify an inversion for them. Now we can further influence the behavior here with these controls. So like we've seen in the arpeggiator, this will offset the velocities for the whole chord. And the length. Swing. Based on this rate over here. Now we have some further factors here. Division time adjusts the amount of time between the strumming of the individual strings when the strummer is playing an upstroke chord. And the higher the setting creates a slower strum, and the lower the setting creates a faster strum. So that's the time up. And same thing with time down, that works for the downstrokes. And then this will set the curve of the strum speed. So lower values will speed up the stroke as it strums through the chord, and positive values will slow it down. Now we have a strum function over here, and this affects when we're triggering these manual strums over here. Let me just pull a chord into here just so we have something to trigger. So this will offset the velocity for these strums. And the release, how quickly they'll stop after we remove our finger. And then velocity curve changes velocity of the stroke for each string that's being strummed. And then we have the familiar trigger modes over here, and as well the lock function to preserve these settings if we want to audition it with different instruments. I'll see you for more in the next video.